Good up, people. How you doing, man? I ain't been on live for a long time now, man. With Gupcast, add me, request me. Can I add you lot? How's it going, man? So I'm gonna be chatting with Oman today. Um, how do I add him? We're chatting with my friend Oman, know him personally. He's done some deliveries for me. If you need deliveries done all in the Midlands or whatever, he's the man to go to. He's part of Gupcast. Gupcast is a live podcast, kind of Punjabi Sikh community podcast. So let me try to add them. How's it all going, people? Again, we'll be going live, but I'm just trying to add them, guys. So I don't know if you lot know about Gupcast. They work with Apache Indian. They're working with a lot of people. They're doing community issues. They do mental health issues, all sorts. It's always a ball ache to get people to join on my live for some reason. Other people don't have no problems. It always takes me a bit of time. It's the reception in my area. Bear with me, guys. So I don't know if you follow Gupcast. Back again, their Punjabi Sikh community channel. I'm just waiting to go live. It's not connecting through for some reason. Crazy. I'm accepting it, sending it. This is all busy for some reason. Yes, the man with the van, Gupcast.
Yeah.
Good job, bro. So I know Aman personally, but damn, when I watched you do the Gupcast interviews, it's like you work for the BBC, bro. You're professional.
I was gonna say, how do we start
Nah,
this?
we're going with the flow, man. So I was just telling the
Uh,
singer, the Gupcast, the live podcast, Punjabi community issues, mental health issues. And like I was saying, I've seen the journey from the start, and then, oh man, I'm impressed. Like, you really are a reporter, man. You like put the reporters to shame, man. I was also bigging up your van delivery drive service. You know what I mean? I said you've done a few moves for me, furniture moves, and I was telling him this is the man to get in contact with if you need some delivery and stuff like that, huh?
it's it's been a crazy journey, bruv.
Yeah, we're gonna
Um,
talk about this journey today, bro. We're gonna do Gup Shop with the Gupcast, and we're gonna find out who the man is, what this the man with the van. Forget that. We're gonna find out everything, zero to
so
now, your whole journey, bro. We want to know. You know what I mean? The people want to know. I want to know.
I just, for a change, it's nice to be the one on the other end.
You're on the Uncle Mao show, man.
I can, I can, I'm just relaxing because I'm telling you, when you're on your side,
Yeah.
I have to be 100% focused. I have to remember stuff,
Yes. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Yeah.
and
I write notes down because my memory is not great and I'm on this medication and stuff. So
yeah.
I made a bit of notes because I want to
So,
cover this
so
story today, innit?
what you're doing is you're writing notes, but as you're doing it, you're going to get better because you're training your brain.
Mm.
We train everything else, but we don't train our brain, right?
Yeah, yeah, bro. Like, I know you're like on BBC reporter level, but Mata Udda Banda Arm Banda Ba. You know what I mean?
Me, what do you think?
I'll go.
What do you think I was? I was the third wheel. I was the third wheel banda, right? At the beginning, when it all started, there was I think 10 jani thi.
Yeah, yeah,
So so what would happen is at 10 jani, we would do WhatsApp calls, video calls, group calls.
yeah,
Like we would catch up with each other every day, and some of the conversations they would get really heavy. Like Bande would be saying, "Minno, Jida, this is how I feel," and I turned around and I said, "These conversations should be on the public domain."
yeah. Well,
And
there are.
and
Yeah,
and why they should be on the public domain It's because ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਉਮਰ ਦੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਆ, they think that if you do ਗੱਲਬਾਤ and you talk about what's in your mind and what's in your heart, it means you're a bit of a wuss,
Mm,
right? And then if you look at the rate of suicides, right? It's astounding. The biggest killer in men over 45 is suicide in the UK. Why do you think that is? Why are men, and we're not talking about Punjab, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਕਰਜ਼ੇ ਦਾ problem ਪੈ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਵਿਆਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ, all that sort of problem, right? Or drugs. We're not talking about that. We're talking about UK. Why are men in the UK where everything is available, right? Ite gore, this country, if you ain't got a job, this country gives you roti 3 times a day.
mm,
Why are they killing themselves?
mm. It's bro, like it's seen as weakness if you talk about your problems. You're
Yeah,
seen as a coward, and it's seen as bestie, and no one listens, innit? Oh, what do everybody say? Be strong, man. You're a bunda, you're a man, innit? I've been through it
yeah,
all myself, innit?
yeah,
There's
yeah.
nothing in life that I haven't really seen, bro. Like A to Z, I've seen most things that the UK can offer. I know the rest of the world is much grimier. You know, there's kids in India purposely being blinded and pimped out, and loads. It's another world. We can't fathom that world. Like the most craziest person here or the most ghetto area here is nothing compared to the Mumbai slums and African slums. It's we couldn't, and you know what's going on in Gaza and all that. We can't, you know, we're nothing. We ain't seen nothing compared to what
We,
they have. But
we live
yeah,
a life of luxury.
100%, bro. Obviously, everyone. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. We're both familiar with United.
yeah.
But you got a bit stuck. Yeah, don't worry.
No, I'm
Sometimes
not
that
started
happens.
that. Yeah, something just happened to my phone. I've just put do not disturb on now.
Yeah,
Someone's trying. Someone's trying to contact me, so I'll just put it on now. Kidda, how you doing, United? Hope you're good, man. You old school
yeah.
rap. Yes, yes, yes. Also, people think that if you're Amritari, you can't be sad as opposed to being Chaddi. Yeah, big time, big time. Yeah, the real things were Chaddi Kala. Baba Deep Singh had his head cut off by Taru Singh. You got to be on that level, innit? Just because you're Amritari doesn't mean you're on a Brahmiyani level or your bhakti is so high.
You're not Chardigala when you say you're not Chardigala.
Yeah, yeah, you got to reach that level,
Yeah.
innit?
You're not
So
you're not able
I
to
like,
do something when you say you can't do it.
yeah, good GS and lyrics, man. Loving the album, the new tours and stuff. Respect to you, GS and lyrics. Doing a lot of work for Siki. I like your videos. Follow GNS lyrics, guys, for like Punjabi Dharmic Geet. And, you know, they don't make no profit of all their concerts and stuff. I think they give back to Save. I don't know what they do. Get that Biggie, let's talk in the house. Respect Biggie, let's talk in the house. Um, so yeah, so let's go into this. So I like the name Gup Sharp because, like I said, there's a group of band they get together just having Gup Sharp. So it's not really you don't have to talk about the car Great Murada, and obviously you're not gonna go too low. Like let's go and have a peg shake. Middle ground, middle people, all different types of guests from women to mental health to artists, lyrics. So you know, before we get into the Gup Shop journey, I want to do Gup Shop about your journey, your personal life. So Gravesend boy, bit of Jack the Lad. I've done my history and my research. Wasn't always into Sikhi, clubby.
Not original Gravesend boy,
Not,
but
not
maybe
original. Where were
not
you
original.
originally?
Not original. Um,
Ali traced their history back to Gravesend, man. I couldn't go deeper than that.
so I was born here in Midlands. I'm a Midlands born
No
kid.
way.
Yeah,
Right. Okay,
yeah.
so what age did you move to Gravesend then?
About 7 or 8.
So Gravesend, man. Look at the name, Gravesend, man. Think of
Yeah.
both
That
dead
they
people, yeah?
always say that that town was named that
Mm,
because when there was the plague in London, the
yeah,
London everyone heard about the London plague,
yeah.
and then they had to just build loads of makeshift graves because of the amount of people that were dying, right, from the plague. That they went from London all the way to Gravesend,
I
and
didn't
then
know that.
that town got named Gravesend because that's where the graves ended.
Ah, You learn
from
something
the
new every day, man.
from the London plague.
Oh wow, you learn something new, bro. A lot of Punjabis there though, innit? The
See,
Gurdwara, man, it's so nice there. I haven't been, but I've seen the pictures. I watched the latest Benny and Hill show that happened there. I've seen the.
so, so
Tell us about that. What
you
happened there?
saw
Like,
the
what
you
happened? You were vocal about that. So obviously, Shera's your friend, right? The security guard, you know, one of them. Yeah. So they were saying that the security let the Sangha down. Fill us in. What happened?
so if you want to be an anchor, a real anchor,
Mm,
right, and you want to host, you have to know these weird facts
mm,
to
yeah.
turn a conversation to. You have to be able to hold a conversation. If you can't do that,
Yeah.
and you can't tell people like, I'll tell you a really interesting fact. We'll talk about all that other stuff.
Yeah.
There's an interesting fact. You the parone on there,
Yeah.
this is the fact that is going to be good for everyone watching. And do you remember, especially in Punjab, tail chawadhan there, and I see every tail. You get some baby oil and you put one on one side of the door, and you put.
Yeah.
Why do they do that? Tell me.
So people slip over.
Yeah, yeah. If you don't like the rest of that, you put a little bit in the middle so they slip, right? No, look, here's the
Yeah.
real reason. The real reason. Back in the day, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਡੋਰਾ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਸੀ ਨਾ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, they used to get rusty. The hinges used to get rusty,
Yeah.
and when they used to open them, they used to make that screechy noise, innit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what people used to do is ਜਦੋਂ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਨਾ, they used to oil the hinges so they didn't make that screechy noise because it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
They used to oil the
Okay.
hinges, mate.
Nah.
And from oiling the hinges, because there was some big time prawn coming like that you had a lot of respect for, and they were coming from far. You would do the tail. Now they just do it on the side of the footstep, on each side.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
My
tradition.
mom does it all the time. My mom does it all the time. She done it last week
Yeah,
to somebody that
but
came in.
ask her why.
Mm.
Ask her.
I
Don't we
don't
ask
think
our
she will know. I don't think she will know. She just
don't
said,
we
"God
ask
damn
our
it."
parents? Don't we ask our parents? You know, you're a wedding hundia, and they do that thing with the colors and the square and the cross and the. I'm like, why do you do that? And then do the handprints on the wall, yeah?
Mm.
You know when they do the manya.
Yeah. Yeah.
We know why they do the manya, right? You know what the
To
point
make it
behind?
white and shiny.
Yeah,
Might make it white
yeah.
and shiny.
I mean, like
Mm.
you got to say, mate, if you're black, you're black. You ain't getting white.
Mm.
Don't matter how much
Mm.
manya you do, you ain't gonna get white. But
Unless you're
this is
Michael
the
Jackson. Unless you're
yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why they do the manga to make the person appear a bit more
Yeah.
chitta.
Handsome man.
But then you
Yeah.
know when you know that square thing that they color on the ground and feel te pani pa ke ida sara jida crab garden there, and then they put the handprints on the wall. And I asked them, I said, why are you doing this? They don't know.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. I don't know why they do half the things. I don't know why when someone comes to my house, they give me £10 and my mom gives them £10.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah,
take it or
yeah,
50. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I said to my
yeah.
mom, give them £5. You take the tenner, you
It's a
give them a fiver. At least you made a fiver
it's
profit.
it's a thing where the bringer remember this person gave us this much. We're not going to give them a pound more.
Yeah.
Make so well. I can't remember shit, man. I remember the oldies used to remember all that. I'm like, how do you not remember who came 15 years ago and gave £21, and who came and gave £11, and who came and gave £6? How do you remember all that? The
They
bringer
remember?
remember all that.
Well,
Yeah,
bro, they were Intel PC hardware, HP computers
yeah,
before computers were
yeah,
born.
yeah, yeah.
They were AI generated, all that shit, bro. All
Yeah.
that shit. They won't remember the Garbani Shabbats, a lot of them, but they remember all these little Chuglian, all these little
Yeah.
on Adita, on Adena, on Apa Gyara Pondene, on a suit, do sort of see on Apa all those sort of Murke, Dene. They don't wear the same suits at the occasion, they wear it once. You know, it comes down to, you know, how many Ramallah are getting tried at Tumaraj as well, the Ramallah side, yeah? The Godwara are saying, don't draw Ramallah side, they have to burn them and chuck them away. Oh, he basic is a green, no, there though. And even the women, bro, like they can, if they wear a suit at one function, they can wear it at a different family's function, but they won't wear it. A lot of them just won't wear it. They say, I've already wore it once. And
What
it's left
about
in the cupboard. It's left in the cupboard for years, you know what I mean? Give it to Greebs, innit? Something, you know? You've got too
so?
much money, bro. Too
Who's
much
this
money.
that the first security man did the job? It was the Sangha that caused the havoc. Yeah, 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 yeah.
We'll
That's
get
about
into
the,
that.
that's
Yes,
regarding the Gravesend security thing.
we'll
Yeah,
get into
so
that later, innit? I've got
uh,
that in the list anyway. So let's talk about your upbringing, bro. Gravesend. You wasn't always a sing. You used to go clubbing. Talk us into it. How your journey, Sikhi? How did you get into
I,
it? How
I,
was your upbringing?
upbringing was like it was different to a lot of people because
Mm.
my dad, he was an alcoholic.
Oh
So
wow.
he didn't know really. He was the best guy you could meet.
Mm.
Everyone who's anyone said Delda, Al Sidhu line Delda ni mara, right?
Mm.
And but he wasn't. He was a brilliant guy at heart.
Mm.
Just one thing that killed him, ruined him, was the alcohol.
Like most,
So
lot of Punjabi families are that.
yeah, so when you grow up watching arguments over money because he's spent all his money and now he needs my mum's money and she's hiding it all over the place because she's got to pay for the milk and the ration and the bills and all that, right? And that's what you grew up watching, the arguments over I need more money because I've got to go, I need to go and get some more alcohol. That's the thing.
Mm.
That's the downer. School life was that all your school life, everything, high school gets affected by that. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
It
you
has.
don't you don't excel at school because of all the crap that you're witnessing at home. And our parents, right? They were the ki sage ho padhe likhe, they didn't know. They couldn't see the damage that was happening to the kids.
Mm.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
couldn't.
generational trauma, generational trauma. But
Yeah.
luckily,
Yeah.
Guru Kripa, you've gone to Sikhi and you broke the cycle and you raised your children into Sikhi. And tell us about how hard it was raising your children into Sikhi in today's environment, bro.
There's a huge
Mm.
um do I call it an announcement or do I don't know what to call it, but it's something that I've learned. This generational trauma, it's the real deal. It's
Mm.
it's it's shockingly real. Now, when we talk about the alcohol, and this is another thing, when you're doing hosting, you need to kudrati because I've been through so much shit, right? Then I
Mm.
know a little bit because of that. I know a little bit about everything. Uh,
Yeah, you've
uh,
seen a
uh,
bit of
uh,
life everywhere, innit? Mm.
I know a little bit about everything. And when I come from a long line of Bande who been Alesi, and the problem with my Bande in my family, they didn't eat well.
Mm.
So there's Bande, Punjabi Bande who drink like, well, but they'll also eat well. So the alcohol used to get soaked up, right?
Mm.
ਸਾਡੇ
Mm.
they never used to do that, right? And recently, I went to get an allergy check
Mm.
by a very good recommended Gori in Birmingham, right? She does allergy testing, and guess what came up? Guess what
Mm.
came up that is a problem?
Alcohol,
What's in the alcohol? What's it made of?
wheat, gluten, yeast.
Yeast. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my body was having trouble with the fact that it wasn't at the level that the Bunde used to consume it in the last 2 or 3 or 4 generations. It's like on Jesse Pani Shardege, your body's gonna die, right? It's gonna have problems.
Mm.
Why? So the Bunde's drinking was that bad, right? That the yeast of my DNA comes from them, the drinker's DNA,
Mm.
right? I
Mm.
I gave it up in 2002
Mm.
because I realized this is rubbish.
Mm.
ਆਹ ਕੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਆ ਆਹ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਿਮਾਰ ਮਾਰੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ
Yeah.
ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਕੁਝ ਬਣਾਉਂਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹ ਕੰਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ I was like I don't want to be like that I need to obviously I turned for some reason I just looked at all that and I thought no man I need to do something different but genetically, medically, my body has been asking for the alcohol ever since. So that's why I have apparently I'm going back. I've got another few sessions to do with this doctor, is having a problem with yeast. It's causing me. That's why I always, when you think you're always a little bit down, or you're well,
Mm.
or your skin impression is not good, it's all due to this yeast problem. So look
Mm.
at the generational thing that I'm having to break. And it's causing, even though मैं शराब नूं हाथ मुंह नहीं लाया, it's still causing me a problem.
Yeah, that's the physical. There's also the emotional baggage that we carry on, isn't
because
it?
of because of the generations that did it, and you
Mm.
are you are a product of that generation, right? So
Mm. Yeah, it passes on in the
it,
DNA, doesn't it? It
and
does, isn't it?
I'm
Everything does.
nearly 50 and I'm finding out I'm still being called the problem even though I don't drink.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, science is catching up on all this. Science is proving
yeah,
this all to be
yeah,
true.
yeah.
So, you know, you said,
I wasn't surprised, man, when she told me you got there's a yeast problem in
mm,
your body, and I'm like, what? It's asking for more.
yeah, no, I remember we remember when you were saying you've been a bit through everything, seen a bit of everything. Even the good times when I talked about limelights, I used to go limelights. You said you've been there, this that equinox, but
Yeah,
also there's very few. Yeah, so there's very few things that have been prison, right? And like, oh, I went for weapons charges, whatever, back in the day. Couple doesn't mean we're all bad people. So I went Pentonville, bro. But there's probably even you're probably one of the only few things that have been
I don't
Belmarsh,
know,
bro.
man. Has
Top
anyone want to comment in the section to say that they've been to
Nah,
Belmarsh?
top category A prison, bro.
They're gonna,
Belmarsh, yeah. So I,
people are gonna think, what the hell did he do, man?
yeah,
Like, what the hell?
yeah, yeah. When you're with like Amlu, Habza, and all these sort of
He was,
type of cats,
you
you
know
get
that.
me?
Remember Captain
Yeah.
Hook?
Hook hand,
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah, yeah.
he was there.
Nah, nah, prison, bro.
Yeah.
That's like the Alcatraz of UK. You know
Well,
what I mean? One of the worst prisons.
all the worst ones that you can think of, they were all there.
Yeah, Bronson and all of them lot. You know what I mean? Yeah, because when I went Pentonville, everyone said you don't want to go Belmarsh, but they wouldn't. They'd only send the really, really dangerous people in Belmarsh, bro. So what happened? What happened? What landed you there? Tell us the backstory and everything. The
Uh,
experiences there.
Look, you get sent there because there's no jagah anywhere else. They'll
Mm.
send you. They don't now. You Hantinu Pataya prison population is that messed up. They'll just send you where there's jagah. It doesn't matter what you've really done. They'll send
Yeah.
you where there's a space, and I ended up there.
Oh, that's
Um,
unlucky, bro. That's unlucky because obviously your crime wasn't worthy of ending up in there. Or so-called crime. Tell us what happened. What got you locked
no.
up? Tell us
So
something.
when I got a visit from my the solicitor from Gravesend, and he was dealing with a civil case that was against me at the time as well. And when he came in to see me, he knew me, right? He goes to me, Aman, I go, what? He goes, what are you doing in here? I go, I know, I don't belong here. He goes, this is
Mm.
crazy. He goes, even the guy who's doing the civil case said, Aman, you shouldn't be in here. Nobody believed it. You know, when the rest of it I found out, they go, ah, shut up, don't worry. He can't be in there. That's for like the worst people of the worst people.
Mm.
Oh, take that shoot, I mean, shoot, bully, and there. My family used to shit themselves coming to visit me. They said,
Yeah,
"Is
bro.
that scary?" The Jedi Milan on this that used to, and I was like, "Mate, you don't know what it's like in there.
Nah, bro. I wouldn't want to
This
go
is
Belmarsh, bro. I wouldn't,
this is
bro.
just a visiting area, man. You lot in there, they will kill you."
Yeah, it's living hell, Belmarsh, bro.
Uh,
All prisons are quite tough. You know when people say prisons are holiday camps, don't believe in all that, man.
bro, look, mate,
People are saturated in it.
I used to sleep in this hand underneath my underneath the pillow. I used to have a pencil in it,
Yeah,
and it used to be
yeah,
clenched. That's how bad it was. It used to be clenched in my hand. The only thing I could have was a pencil in my hand underneath the pillow. It
yeah.
didn't leave my hand because one of the guys who used to be in there with me, every day he used to tell me he's going to slap my throat.
Yeah. No, they probably would as well. The psychos. You're
Yeah.
lucky to make it out. You're
I
lucky
don't
to
know.
make it out alive from
When I
there.
look back, I don't know how I make it out. Oh, I do, and I don't. How? Because you know, when I got there, when the Gani came, and I just said to him, "Give me something to read." And that was the
Mm.
sticky journey. That was the turning point where you think you tried everything else, it didn't work. You didn't do anything wrong. You know, it was like, someone else's doing, and they said that meri zimmevari sagi, that I was the one who planned everything, but that wasn't true. So it took 3 years to clear my name, and in those 3 years, I ended up in Birmingham.
Yeah. What happened? and what did they accuse you of?
So, I mean, if whether I want to go into it live, I don't know, because it's dangerous. If you're on a live and you say that you was arrested for such and such, that will stick with you forever, right? It
Yeah,
took
but
it
what?
took and initially, everyone's heard of carbon monoxide deaths, right? So I had a business where somebody had died on and you connected to carbon monoxide, and because it was my building, they were holding me accountable. But so it took 3 years to unravel the fact that I wasn't even anywhere near the place, and people were in the building without my permission.
Oh,
Now the people that were in there, they said no. Aman gave us permission. So that was and the reason for that lie was that if they told the truth, they would be responsible for the death, right?
right.
Because they lied to save themselves, who's accountable is the owner of the building, right? So
Yeah.
that's why it took 3 years to go through all the bits and pieces, all the CCTV, and then I mean they did their hardest. The Met Police did their hardest to pin it on me because there's a Gordy who's not alive anymore, and the family are blaming me. Right. I'm
Mm.
saying I don't even know what these guys are doing there. They shouldn't be there. They were there without my permission, and that's why something's gone wrong. And it was
Yeah.
a stupid case, right? But it was complicated and it was dangerous because I was looking at 10 years. But
Yeah. They
Mara
want
di
someone to
Karpa,
blame.
yeah, Puri Mara di Karpa, everything happened, and or in the end, luckily I had a good solicitor firm from London, and they got everything done. Even my solicitor, he said you're the wrong color. That's why they want you.
Mm. Yeah,
You're the
it
wrong.
happened in nowadays, isn't it?
You're
They just
you're
wanted
the
to
wrong.
blame somebody in it, and plus the person blamed you.
That it's
Someone passed
understandable.
away.
The families are
Mm.
going to look for somebody to blame, right? Now, the girl that died, she was actually in care, and what had happened is she had escaped her care that night.
Okay.
Yeah, right. So now I was saying to them, I don't know who this person is. I've never seen. I know this guy. He works for me. I don't know what he's doing here. He
Right,
shouldn't.
right.
Yeah.
Have you
So he
still
had
got
a
the
he had
yeah,
a jumpy and he
chubby,
was
yeah,
lying in the back and he was getting his leg over with his
yeah.
all that sort of thing, and it
Mm.
obviously went a bit wrong for them, didn't it?
No, that must be scary, man. Looking at
It
10
was
years
bad.
and yeah,
It was bad because one minute
mm.
you're in your life and everything, next minute you're taken out and you're put into a hellhole. So but
Belmarsh,
yeah,
man. For those that
yeah, yeah.
just joined in Belmarsh, we're talking about Belmarsh prison. I've done Built prison, and I would not want to go Belmarsh, man.
It's really bad. It's
Yeah,
I don't know whether I
I've
can
heard
say it live.
though. I've heard.
The only thing I can say live here is everything you see in the films. It's not exaggerated. It's probably diluted in the films unless you've watched a vicious real life uh, film that talks about or shows what actually happens in prisons. It all happens. You know,
Happens in it.
beatings, rapes, murders,
It's
everything
not
happens.
holiday camp. It's not
No,
holiday camp.
no,
So
no, no.
have you still got in touch with the same solicitors?
Nah,
Because
nah. I left it
you're
all
gonna
behind.
you're
When
gonna
I
need
had
it.
to.
No, no, no. You're gonna need it, bro. I heard a rumor, bro. I heard that you supplied Monsing with a rover that you pointed at by Fodja Singh. Baba Fodja Singh, you're the supplier.
Who said that?
No, I'm just joking because you was there at the
No,
whole Fodja Singh thing,
no.
innit? And they
Well,
said that the SAS lot pointed a revolver and made him confess to it. What you were there front line? Tell us what
so
happened.
so
What was the
so
sketch?
here's the thing about what I do.
Mm,
I've got a man with a van page, but I keep separate, right?
yeah,
I've got seva that happens in the community that I keep separate, and then I'm running Gupcast
yeah.
that also I keep separate, right? So I have
Mm,
three different things that I do, and I don't let them intermingle because they're three different things, right?
yeah.
Um, and anytime there's anything happening in Birmingham, obviously it's only because I'm connected to SAS, and SAS no phone janda ya, right?
Mm,
And when SAS mobilize, ਆਪਾਂ ਨਾਲ mobilize ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ,
yeah. Not with
right? And
revolvers,
that's
though, innit? Not with the revolver.
well, if that was the case, I wouldn't be sitting here doing this live with you. And
Because you SAS got the blame for putting a rover and making them confess that Baba
so
forged the thing
yeah,
to confess.
yeah. I mean, there was about 25, 30 things there.
Yeah,
Most of them are all Gurdwara members and leaders and stuff like that, right? And the guy left the country the next day
yeah.
because he's fiddling about with women and all
Mm,
sorts of these babbe, fake babbe, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਾਬਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਂ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਪਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੁੜੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਛੇੜੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਬੁੜੀਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਫੇਰ ਕਰੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ so if you're doing that and you're calling yourself a sant and you get caught you're going to get called out
money
by right the
as
Sangha
well.
should call them out and I think he left the country the next day and he done a video in media and said they had guns
Yeah.
like,
He
wow.
played Bhai
Yeah.
Singh, saying that
Yeah. Yeah.
Bhai
Yeah.
Singh put her over to
Yeah.
me and made me
Yeah.
confess.
Yeah. I'm sure there
Mm,
would have been enough up on it in that place who would have said the same thing, really, innit? Because the
mm.
worst thing is up on it. They dob our own in, don't they?
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah. If that
This is the
actually happened,
problem.
then
This is the
yeah.
problem with our community is that we actually backstab our own people. One minute you're working alongside someone and you're doing something great. Next minute they've turned their back on you and they've gone off and done their own thing, right? Isn't
Mm.
that the theme? Isn't that the theme recently? That they
So
turn around.
a lot of Babbe skanking money as well. So I said to Sangat, I seen what Jet Singh Trust do. They give the charity, they show you. Be careful who you part your money with, because that Baba Fauja Singh, he said, I'm going to do a whole bead with gold letters of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Apparently, they collected 1 million. And apparently, even some things that have remortgaged their
Yeah,
houses and
yeah, yeah.
15 grand, 20 grand. And he's enjoying his life, bro. He's probably in the beach, sunbathing with
Well,
two, three birds.
he already had money before he was taking people's money. And
Mm,
what people don't understand, and it always shocks me that there's loads of things there, Mal, who I can read and write. I can read
yeah.
Gurbani. I can't write
Mm,
Gurbani. I can write Punjabi, but I can't read fluently. Like I know a lot of things they can read fluently, and I'm always finding these fluent things are the ones that keep getting caught out, or keep taking the bait that these babbe that know everything and are gonna help them reach the promised land, right? And they're the ones that get done. But then, luckily, those were the ones who also raised the alarm and said this guy's fake. He's been caught in a video. That video where you see him with that woman in the car was randomly taken by somebody in the house opposite, and that guy wasn't even a Sikh. And if I'm right, the guy who recorded Fauja in his boxers, right? This is a sant, apparently, self-proclaimed sant, an antarjami banda who's supposed to have a serious amount of bhakti, right? He's walking around in flip-flops and a pair of boxers. No, not even covered his head, not even got his garban on kashera, nothing. And he's got his arm around some uppity lady, and they're getting up to no good in broad daylight in the car.
he's drugged up as well. You could tell he's not
Yeah,
walking
yeah.
straight.
And so
Mm,
this geezer, who's I'm led to believe is Radhaswami, right? So we don't think they're real Sikhs because they don't man to the Guru Granth Sahib. They've got their own God, right? So this
mm.
guy then sent the video to one of our things. Said, "Look, is this one of your boys?"
It was, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, he goes, "This is one of your boys
This
with
is the
flip flops
main
and box."
boy, bro. He's running the Midlands, the
He's in that
Talbunga.
car. He's in that car, and he's getting off with the lady in the car, and he's groping her. Right? You can see
Mm,
it. I said, "This
yeah,
is one of
yeah.
your boys," and then that thing was like, "Oh my God, that's Fodja."
No, but he said someone dressed up in a 3D plastic suit of him, huh?
Yeah, yeah. They said, yeah, he goes AI. Yeah, he went to India, and I remember when the meeting happened. Right? The meeting happened, and they goes, Aman, your job is to go into the Gurdwara and tap him on the shoulders. I said, I ain't tapping no one. Man, he tap karna.
Mhm.
You get someone else to tap him. I'm not going to. So my job was to walk in there, tap him on the shoulder, and say, "Can you come outside?" I was like, "No, I ain't doing that. Get someone else to do that." I'll. They goes, "All right, I mean, you're gonna do all the recording." I said, "Yeah, man, that's it. That's my job. I'll I'll film it. So all the videos you see, they're mine.
Mm.
And just holding the camera up. First, I was holding it like on the sly because I was a bit worried what's going to happen. And then slowly, I started to gain some courage, and then I was holding it like that.
So the
But
videos are yours, but the revolver wasn't.
nah, what to say, अगले झूठ बोलना है, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So he's still living it large in India. He's
Yeah.
smashing it in India, bro. Because money talks.
Oh, bro, Sangha don't care, man. They just want a baba. Look, you know, in Barney, it says 1 in a million is Brahmgyani. It's a community of the part. You go to Midlands, there's meant to be about 20, 30 Brahmgyanis right now in the Midlands, bro. There's so many dairy in the Midlands. It's like India. We talk about India, dairy, bota. West Midlands, there's loads of dairy, bro.
Yeah,
Loads.
yeah.
Loads. Someone's
Well,
also said to me, oh,
there's
go
a
and visit
lot
that
happening.
son, visit that son, to visit that son. He sort your legs out. This son to sort your legs out. I was like, so come inside, tell me 1 in a million, and you're telling me about 30 sons just like 20 minutes away from my house.
Well, if they are watching, we will let them know, right? That we know that there's many of you in your back houses, in your back gardens, doing all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Right, that's an announcement on Uncle Mal podcast, right? Sanu
Mm,
Pataya, but there's many Sikhs, right?
mm,
Right, who are up to no good. We know of one. We actually there's one was reported that they've taken Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji from a Gurdwara in Birmingham, and they're having a part, and then after the part, they all go to the back of the house, and then there's a lady who sits, and she's supposed to have like superpowers, and she can fix you, right? And
mm.
that was actually Singh's actually went there and sort of while it was all happening said, "What's going on?" and caught them in the act. And
No, what's happening is someone's trying to hack my account. They're saying someone's trying to log in and it's not you and stuff like that. Well, I'll deal with it after. It's twice now.
you'll have
It's gonna be one.
to
It's gonna
change
be
them.
one of your haters, but I've not had this problem before.
Nah, you know what is there's people out there because you speak your mind, you know. You speak your mind. People don't like people like that.
Mm.
They don't want someone to speak their mind. They know that you're genuine. They know that you're not making anything up. That's why. And I think the reason why Gupcast works is we're also very real. We're not recorded. We're not edited. We don't hide anything on Gupcast. And we cover a broad a range of people, you know, from singers to mental health people to people who are doing amazing things in Sikhi. You know, we cover all that, and it's all real. It's there, right? Like now, this is live. This isn't made up. I know lots of people who won't come on live because they're worried about tripping themselves up.
Mm.
We don't really ask. I'm just interested in the journey, and I never ask. It's not a case of trip them up and make them say something silly. But I think a lot of people, some people aren't comfortable with the live. They want to do recorded, which is fine because podcasts generally are all recorded, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we call ourselves Instagram's only live a podcast, and because simply we are. Right?
Yeah, so
And it
yeah, that's
suits
it.
a lot of people. Suits a lot of people who are busy. And we've had people when we say to them, "Would you like to come on our podcast?" Right? And they say, "Where do I have to go to?" Because
Mm.
they think that they have to go to a studio because that's how podcasts run, right?
Mm.
But they don't
Mm.
have to go to a studio. We say you can do it from the comfort of your own home. And that works for a lot of people because and they get a chance to talk to their people. It's not just talking to the following of Gupcast. When you go live, your people see you that you never even spoke to before,
Mm.
and they can connect with you. And I think that's never been really tried and tested, and it's being done now, and it's working.
Yeah. No, I've been watching some of your shows,
And
man.
and you
Oh,
said in the
sure.
beginning, right? You said at the beginning, we're promoted, sponsored, or backed by New Young Blood, a guy called Tandy Verdi. 30 years of experience in branding, marketing, right? He's won awards left, right, and center. And he's always there, always supporting. People have to pay him money to get his knowledge on how to market online, right? ਉਹ ਬੰਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ he's part of the team. He's actually said I want to be on your team. And then not just that, who is the biggest most well-known, most decorated UK Asian artist in the UK, right? I don't think there's none other than Apache Indian, right?
No, there's not, no.
And obviously Denalia. So it's a slow process. But what Gupcast is doing is creating a route of its own merit. So people want to come on now. They want to actually come on, and they want to be part of the Gupcast journey. And that to create something like that is very, very hard. To get attention of people like, I don't know, Richie Rich and Juggy D's and all that. And literally today, I was talking to a guy called Getting. He's that Justin Getting, I think his name is. This guy he's got 700k following. He's got gyms all over the place, and muscle magazines and all sorts. When would I ever be talking to someone like that?
Now it's crazy because what do you say? Look, you're doing the Sikhi stuff, you're doing your business. So if anyone needs any like sort of deliveries that are across the country, he's a man in a van. Several of my mates have used you. I've used you. Fantastic. Get in touch with him. And what would you say to people? Say, oh, 1 minute you do Sikhi, next minute you're interviewing Bhangra artists. What's the matter?
They haven't said it, but I'm glad you said it because it gives me the opportunity to answer the question.
Yeah.
We started basically because of the fact that Bande don't talk about what's going on here and here, right? Mental health. Now, mental health, the reason why people suffer is because they don't have an outlet, right? They don't. We've been told or programmed to work hard. We've never been programmed to work smart.
Yeah, true.
We've always been told to work hard. And that's been programmed into us, right? But not everyone's body is designed to work hard, and not everyone's mind is been designed to handle that kind of physical labor. ਸਾਡੇ ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਨੇ physical labor ਹੀ ਕੀਤਾ, ਫਾਰਮਾਂ 'ਚ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ, ਜ਼ਮੀਨਾਂ 'ਚ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ, right? We've never really done anything clever, have we? Only now, when our parents came here and sent us to schools and colleges, they know they didn't want us to be tractor drivers and farmers. They wanted us to be doctors, engineers, and solicitors and things like that, right? And when you look at the fact that what does music do? Because not everybody is going to pick up a gotka. When someone is suffering and they're not reaching out to someone because they don't know how to reach out to someone and they don't have an outlet, music is the biggest outlet on the planet for the masses, right? For the masses. Yeah. Because and I know everybody isn't going to wake up 4 o'clock in the morning and jump and up. Everybody isn't going to wake up 4 o'clock in the morning, have a shower, and read Japji Sahib. But what is their other option that we can give them? And that is music. Now, if you look at Gurbani, Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj has been written in such a way so that it can be sung, right?
Shabbat, yeah. Shabbat Guru, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's been written in a way to be sung. So it's also music. You could say in one respect that even Gurbani is also music.
100%.
So when we listen to music or we sing along with music, immediately we start to feel better, right? If we're feeling a bit stressed and we're a bit confused, music makes us smile. So if anyone says, why is someone like me promoting a singer, the whole aspect of me, that singer has got the platform for me to go on and say to Bande my age, don't be afraid to speak your mind. Don't be afraid to tell someone what's going on up here. Don't be afraid to tell someone what's going on in your heart. So like I'm speaking to the Banda, this Gora this morning, who I've said to check us out. Let us know what you think. 7 ਲੱਖ ਤਾਂ ਫੋਲੋਇੰਗ ਉਹਦੀ ਆ ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਪਲੇਟਫਾਰਮ ਤੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਬਾਤਾਂ ਕਰਿਆ ਕਰੋ don't shy away don't stay silent all the time right because if you do then you're going to become another statistic the same statistic of all those bande who are committing suicide and guys if you don't know just go and research right half of the statistics that we get are not have been hidden because the powers that be don't want us to know how bad this situation is. And I think Mal, the other important thing is right, and then I'll let you ask your next question. Is we've all been there where we felt like it's really crap, and I don't want to be. We've all been there.
Nah, bro, 100. Yeah, bro. Talk about music. I rap in it. And after I finish a track off, I feel relieved. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's been times where my health has been so bad, it's too heavy to pick up a good guitar. Sometimes there's been times, bro, I've blamed God. Obviously, everything that God does is just. Wherever you are, whatever pain you got, you know.
What do you think I was doing when I was in a cell? I was in a cell with two guys who are Musliman. They're both Musliman, and they're both saying to me, "Why are you not following?"
Oh, it's going to be the extreme types, the dangerous types there.
Yeah. So anyone who says, that wouldn't happen. I know that the Taram doesn't promote it. I know that. But the thing is, that I know that I was in a place where there were two of them who were professing to be the Islamic faith, and I know they gave me a hard time every day. Why are you following the right path? Why are you following Guru Nanak? They would drill me every day, man. They would drill me every day.
Lucky they didn't beat you, man, because you're gonna have the ISIS types there, innit?
Yeah. They were there.
Dangerous, they're slicing through, killers, cold-hearted.
So have I answered that question properly? So people who say, why is this thing promoting rappers and singers and blah, blah, blah?
No.
We've got to let...
It's an outlet, bro. When I rap, it's an outlet. It gets my feelings on a page. And, you know, if I'm going through a subject, if I talk about it, if I do a video about it, or if I rap about it, it really works. The pressure cooker, the steam cooker calms down. And, you know, like even the doctors, and this is scientifically proven, they go, if kids got anxiety, put on a bit of drum and bass, let them move their body, their nervous system calms down and stuff. You know, one of my kids has a bit of anxiety issue, and the doctors have prescribed that, and we've done it, and it's worked wonders. You know, I've even made a little disco rave thing in one of my rooms, because Sikhi's not really not against dancing or singing and all that. It's just against dirty stuff, dancing. That's what I've read on it. You know what I mean? The Shabbat Guru, I've read that.
Does it say directly? Maybe not, but it does say that the part of you that should be dancing is up here.
Yeah, but you have to get to that level, though, innit?
Yeah. That's what he's saying.
Sikhi says a lot of things, bro, but Sikhi's up there. Sikhi talks about Dastamdar, 10th day. You know what I mean? Anyone can keep it here, and that's it. Anyone can do the rituals. I can have a Sabra Bata tomorrow and pretend, holier than holy, do all the rituals, but under the Paliya, you know what I mean?
But that's what it says. I mean, look, like we're just saying, we understand. We've just stated it, that it's another outlet because people can't immediately go to the faith because they don't know how, right? And a lot of people don't go there because they don't feel like they're worthy of going there, right? Because they know that they might be doing things that aren't totally kosher, so they're not maybe thinking they're not worthy. But the whole point is you've got to make yourself in it. You've got to find that. At least you've got to find that middle ground.
No, bro. You know, I don't know if you remember Mortal Productions. They brought a lot of people to Sikhi for the Dharmic Geets. And when I was doing rapping back in the day, we were rapping about the streets, rapping about Sikhi, And a lot of drug dealers, you know, they contacted me, said, "You've got me thinking about my faith. You've got me thinking about this."
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I've got hundreds of emails, bro. And I'm
It's
not
all
no
levels,
ego
isn't it?
thing.
It's all
Yeah,
levels.
no, it's not ego, but we from the streets. So when we was rapping, we was talking to street people. We had a powerful movement back in the day, man, with all the street people. You know what I mean? There's loads of people contacting me, touch base, said, "Come and do a talk here. We're giving out your albums on the street here, this and that." So music is a good, you know what I mean, intermediate. It's a
It's
good,
the
you
biggest.
know,
It's the biggest,
yeah,
most well-known outlet, right?
yeah.
To help people when they're feeling down.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, the Shabbat Guru, the Bani is supreme. And
Yeah.
even a nonsense says everything comes with kachi, kachi, you know, let's go to the real thing. But sometimes you need to help people get out of their little phase and
Look
holy,
at
holy Jordan with the man.
Apache Indian, who's
Mm.
who's
Oh,
always he's only a phone call away. But
mm,
this geezer, one of the most compassionate guys I know, always
mm.
willing to help. Doesn't matter who you are,
Yeah.
he will always, if he can, do anything to help you. You
Now,
know,
Apache, I remember a Bengali got beaten up in my area, yeah, Mile End, obviously East London. His name was Qadis Ali or something like that, yeah. He
yeah.
got battered by Gore hard. So Apache Indian made a tune,
Oh,
yeah, called
yeah, I think you, yeah, yeah,
Moving Up, or Moving On Up, yeah.
yeah.
And then I bought the cassette, and it was cassette them times, in it. So I was Apache maniac, bro. Arranged married, number one in the bomber chart. One of my Gala mates put me onto Apache. He's a Gala, he's singing in Punjabi, number one, and he knew all the lyrics, and he's a gangster Gala, not no Hudu. He's a proper gangster. And he comes up to me and goes, "You know about Apache Indian?" I go, "I don't know about Apache Indian." So he showed me the Bombay chart track, this and that. And boy, I was hooked on Apache
Yeah.
Indian, yeah, all them years. And Apache Indian, all the money that he made off that song went to that brother Qadis Ali, you know what I mean? The guy, I think he died or attempted murder. And every single penny went to his family, you know what I mean? So he's been giving from day one, do you know what I mean?
And you know the other thing what I've learned, right? You're only going to progress and you're only going to learn when you come out of your comfort zone. Once
Mm,
you come out of your comfort zone and go into an area that maybe you don't know so well, once you get in there, you're going to start learning the area, right?
mm, mm.
Otherwise, tanu kuch pata nahi lagna.
Talking
So,
about comfort zone, yeah, sorry, Karen.
yeah, so look, it's easy when I interview someone who's a Sikh background. Very easy, man. I
Mm,
love it.
yeah.
But when someone and when it's about mental health, we're going to be doing a Gupcast with Sikh Recovery Network in a few days.
No, I like the other
Uh,
one that you done with, was it Protein Bibi? That was great. She was a nice person, man. So sweet.
mate, a role model and a half.
Then the puppet girl, I saw the puppet one as well.
Yeah,
She's
they were
beautiful some
brilliant.
stuff.
They
Yeah.
were brilliant.
Then I saw the
I booked them in line off the back of Women's International Women's Day, right? So I booked three ladies in line who I thought were. The third one is to come live tomorrow, who's a singer,
I'll be
um,
watching that.
and and that's what it was off the back of that, just to sort of commemorate the fact that we've just had International Women's Day, and let's speak to three, inspiring women and help all the others who are maybe Guachia. We know that in our community and around the world, a lot of our ladies may be a bit lost and need some direction as to how to become more prominent in within their own lives, right? So if you showcase these type of women who are smashing it in their platforms, if you just help that one person, then your goal is complete, right?
Talking about helping people. How about working with Bimonsing and seeing some of the cases and the pedo hunter cases you done? I remember seeing you on there. What's your life, man?
So
It's not it.
my last conversation with him was because when
Mm,
you related to all the Muslim brothers who say it doesn't happen, and then there's some on TikTok who was saying, show us a case where somebody has been coerced out of their faith or groomed out of their faith, and there's been a prosecution, right?
mm,
So all you can say to them is, and this is what I said to him. I said, why don't we put put it out there that if you want to see what happens when a family calls and says, my daughter is missing or my daughter wants to change her faith, can you come and help? So we put it out there saying, well, any of you guys want to see what happens on the front line? And the prosecution don't happen because the families want to keep it all hush hush. They don't want all the outsiders knowing that this has happened to their daughter, right? Now, let's talk about a case that happened where a Singh from Birmingham was dating a 14-year-old girl. Now, that was hush-hushed as well. And the girl's family, they were told that if you lot go to the police and it comes out that your daughter was in a relationship with an 18-year-old boy, or she ain't going to get married. So the families get scared. If it comes out that this happened, they're happy that Singhs have intervened and stopped what's happened. That's good enough for them. And they've got their daughter back. They then don't want it to go public. They don't care about prosecution. They care more. This is the problem with our community. They care more that it stays hidden. That ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਬੇਇੱਜ਼ਤੀ ਘੱਟ ਹੁੰਦੀ, ਜ਼ਿਆਦੀ ਨਾ ਬੇਇੱਜ਼ਤੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਣੀ ਆ, ਬਦਨਾਮੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਣੀ ਆ, ਸਾਡੀ ਕੁੜੀ ਦਾ ਵਿਆਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ. That's the problem with our communities. And because the perpetrators know this, they have a chance every time of doing what they want to do.
No, yeah, SAS, they're targeting up on they're targeting all sorts. They're not just, as people say, going after Muslims or whatever. I've seen 5 or 6 cases. It took a lot to court.
Look at this question. Look at this question. Right now, I will answer Vicky Cash's. Is it Vicky Cash? Yeah.
Yeah.
Vicky Cash
and Bobby.
Yeah, Vicky Cash, come on the screen, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Screen this person is obviously not who they are. I know this name. It's been following Gupcast for a long time, and it's always coming out with these silly little lines. But that's fine. Why don't you come on the screen and I'll answer your questions?
Oh yeah, everyone's got fake profiles. Look, people try to hack this podcast. You know what I mean? Like twice now they've tried to hack it. So it's never happened before. So I'm assuming it's one of your haters. I know I've got haters. I don't know who's got more haters, you or me. Do you know what I mean? We'll have to do a vote. We'll do a vote one day. We'll do a poll, whatever it's called. So raising kids in the
just regarding those guys, right?
Yeah, tell us.
These guys, we are the ones that started Gupcast.
You, Biggie, and Bobby, yeah?
Yeah. There's not one who can say that he did it. I'm not saying I did it. I know Bobby ain't saying he did it on his own, and he could, right? So anyone who says मैं कितना वो झूठ बोलता. Anyone in this planet says मैं millionaire या तो मैं कल्ले ने बनाया वो भी झूठ बोलता.
No, it's true. People start off in businesses together and people fall out. They go separate ways. Marriages,
get help.
People have kids together and they go separate ways, isn't it?
Help. How many अपने say to their aunt or relatives, यार मैंने 20,000 pound चाहिए मैं काम start करना, मैं shop खोलनी है, मैं आ करना. No one did anything by themselves. They always got a helping hand. So anyone who says I did it all by myself, I'm sorry, is a liar. Now let's take this opportunity and say to Biggie and Bobby, wherever you are, I wish you well. Right, whatever you're doing, I wish you well.
Well, Bobby's always going on, but he goes on live 3 times a day. I always get notifications.
Yeah,
I've watched some of them. Biggie's doing his own thing. He's doing Biggie Let's Talk show coming up. Bobby's gone on his own profile. He's getting the numbers in it. Like he's always doing controversial
I wish they would tell the truth, and I wish they wouldn't make things up. Right? So maybe I'd make a plea to them to stop making things up, to get on with their lives, be happy, Ramadan level, and if whatever you're doing, good luck. But mere naal jida, na kosh mara karo.
Yeah, because you're not doing nothing to them, innit? You're
I'm openly wishing them well, and I wish for them to kind of, just let things go and be happy.
Yeah, none of you are bad guys. I've been watching Gupcast from the start, innit? And I got time for all 3 of you. Sometimes shit doesn't work out. Sometimes a couple like just in marriages, they're both good people individually, but sometimes they just clash and shit happens, man. And
Yeah, but then
it's
like this is what I'm saying. The reason why I am fleeing is because
mm.
some people go and say and do stupid things afterwards, right? And it's not needed.
No, like I said, this is the first time someone's tried hacking the show, and it's never happened. So it's like to do,
So
what I mean?
you are actually gonna say it's up to me. हाँ, तेनू पता ही है, they are worried about what I say. They worried about what you say. Now we're saying you're on the same platform, but I keep it.
Yeah, it's true. Nah, it's
You
true.
know, they
So
worry all the time. But that's it. I'm glad I've got that out of the way,
now you've got
and I'm glad
a
I've
lot of
talked
stuff out
about.
of the way, man. It'll be awkward talking to you on your show. It's good that you've come on the show and I'm into doing the questions to you. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
It gives because you can come from a different angle now, innit? You know what I mean? Yeah.
I was told to be careful.
Don't be careful, bro. You say from the heart, man. That's what real
Yeah,
things do. And
but this
someone
is
said,
what Gupcast is about.
okay, there's someone will be in touch with you soon to do something supporting the Punjabi community. So thank you, brother. Yep, just get in touch with them.
I can't see that comment. I can only see Suki Kaur's comment now. Can you read that one?
Nah, I ain't seen that Suki call. Which
So she
Suki call?
said, I would like to come on soon because I am working on bringing something to support our
Yeah,
Punjab
that's
community.
the one I'm on about. That's the one I'm on about. Yeah, I've seen that. So she wants to come on. Yeah, just contact Gupcast, man, and
Nay,
she
I
goes,
think she wants to come on yours. She's already been on ours. And then we actually ended up having a row.
all right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Suki's
oh,
a avid follower of Gupcast.
oh, so okay. So she's been
Yeah,
on yours already. Yeah.
yeah.
I haven't seen that episode. I haven't seen that episode.
Uh,
I will catch some catching up to do.
so that undercover one, Vicky Cash, I don't know who it is, but I wished, it's just ridiculous. But then I mean, you know,
Oh, fake profiles, and our community is known for fake
yeah,
profiles, isn't it?
yeah.
You're talking about on our WhatsApp group. You always send, when you have a weekly program of your family doing Amritwala and that. And I want to get into that side of things because we've gotten all the controversial stuff out of the way. So bringing up, you've got 3-4 kids, right, and bringing them up in this environment in UK with the woke Gen Z, and I think that Guru Kirpa, I've seen your kids got Sikhi Sarup and stuff. And they turn out really well. And I think the Amritwala as a family help talk us how
Well,
any advice to the families out there raising kids and they're a bit worried about the kids and they obviously can't force kids into Sikhi, but how did you play it? What was your tactics and stuff? And
you can only what's the word? You can only expose them to it
yeah,
and hope that they like what you're exposing them to.
what are these weekly Amritwala sessions? What happens, man? Tell us about that.
It's the same as me doing them on my own. On the
Yeah.
weekend, we do them together, and then
Who is? Who?
Asari Kirtan.
Who is it? Just local Sangat, what? Friends? How did you get together?
Local standard, yeah.
How many of you? How many families?
There's 4 families who do it, and we take turns. So
Have you got why don't
there's
you put it on live? You should start putting it on live somewhere and then people
there's a
join in.
word in Punjabi in Gurumukhi called laha.
Laha.
Do you understand it?
Yeah, that you take advantage or take the blessings or something like that. No.
Laha. Anyone understand the word laha? I understand it in Punjabi. Is that taking the opportunity, not losing the opportunity? ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਮੌਕਾ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਸੰਗਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਠਣ ਨੂੰ, don't lose that opportunity. It's very important. ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦਾ ਲਾਹਾ ਲੈਣਾ, ਕੀਰਤਨ ਦਾ ਲਾਹਾ ਲੈਣਾ. This is probably one of the biggest blessings I've been given for my whole family, because then we all every weekend. What we remember as growing up. What did we remember as growing up? Every Sunday morning used to be Gurdwara day, right?
Yeah.
And we used to argue with our parents. Nahi jana, utte ki jana. Gurdwara ki jana. Yeah. What do you want to go to the Gurdwara for, mate? It's boring. We don't understand them. The Gyani used to come from India. He used to speak this Pakki Punjabi that we never knew, right? And speak in Guru Shabd that we never understood. It was a foreign language to us. So I remember Graves and Gurdwara sitting at the back, and we used to all just do galla. I feel really guilty about it because
Mm.
now when I hear someone talking in a Gurdwara, I turn around and give them a dirty look,
Yeah, because it's interrupting the barn. It's
right? Right.
disrespectful.
And
But
then
we done that, innit? We've all done that, yeah.
we used to play outside in the Gurdwara. We used to do Matta Tek. We didn't even know what we before we Matta Tek it to the guy sitting on the tabia.
Yeah, parents don't tell people too much, innit? Like, I try not to make that the same mistake with my kid. Well,
Yeah.
my kids, you think kid will automatically know, but we have to explain. When we're doing answer, I say, "Are you stuck on anything? What do you need to know?" I try to explain Ziki as we go along, innit? Because I was, it's so easy just to go into another faith or just get off the tracks in the UK with social media now. It's crazy, man. Look at all the TikTok stuff, the Biadbis, the this, the that. It's just so much toxic stuff out there, man. It's
Well, I just
crazy,
put
bro.
out a post that I think TikTok needs to be banned.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's
TikTok.
really messing up the kids. It's messing up the kids. So much gund on there, bro. Like, even if your algorithm's all straight, this pops up, that gun pops up. I don't go on TikTok unless someone says be a link. Mal, watch this video, then I go on it because the shorts and that is messing up the attention span. Kids can't even read a book more than half an hour,
You know where
or can't read a book.
TikTok originates? You know where TikTok originates from?
No, I ain't got a clue, bro. China? I thought it was China.
China. China.
Yeah, but
And
they banned it, though.
yeah, China haven't banned it. It's
No,
been banned in different countries.
India, innit?
China,
India,
yeah,
didn't India
yeah,
ban it once upon a
yeah,
time?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And there's talk of other countries banning it as well.
Mm.
But what does TikTok mean if you pronounce it backwards?
I don't want to say nothing wrong, bro.
Toktik, toktik.
Talk toxic.
Yeah. What does it sound like? A Chinese man saying toxic?
Yeah, you're gonna get me banned from Insta, brother, with the
No, no,
racism there,
no.
brother.
It's
I'm
toxic.
not joking.
That,
You might end up back on Belmarsh, bruv.
no,
That's
it's
enough
a
to send you Belmarsh.
toxic
But
platform. People think that they're in the comfort of their own home. They can't be touched and they can go on this TikTok platform and say what the hell they want.
they are, though, innit?
Yeah,
They're doing it, brother. Every
yeah.
single BRB is on there, bro. Like, bro, it's crazy, man. I
Mm.
don't watch it, man, because you feel helpless. You can't do nothing about it.
I don't, I
But I
don't.
heard you and the Sings went in it. Didn't you go and get someone locked up or something? Or you like to talk about that, or is it open case? Not
It's an
open case.
ongoing case,
Mm,
and two guys, they were on their platform and they were doing Biadbi of the Quran, and then they did the Biadbi of Gurbani, which
mm,
were print-offs of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and they onana aglati. Um,
crazy.
Somehow, through the Sikh army platform, on our address pata lag gaya siga. So we alerted the authorities and we met them at the property. We went in with them because we said if there is Gurbani there, we want to be able to take care of it in the proper manner. So we actually went into the property with the police.
Crazy, man. That's mad. That never happens.
Two guys were arrested. Oh, look, see, there's balloons. Look at
How do you do that?
that. Don't ask me, man. I just did that. I just did that, and the balloons came. Oh, there you go.
Nah, bro, you're expert at this, man.
Do
BBC
that,
to
man.
hire you, bro.
Do that again. Look, watch the balloons. There you go.
Rah, teach me how to do that as well, innit?
Just to put your fingers around. Look. This one's even better.
Oh, serious? How come they ain't working for me?
Do, do two thumbs.
Let me just do that. Nah, nothing.
You're not a Gupcast,
I'm
innit?
not enlightened yet, innit? My Dasan Dwar,
You got,
Instagram Dasan
yeah,
Dwar ain't open
yeah.
yet.
You got to open your Dasan Duan, mate.
Nah, that's crazy. So yeah, I'll finish with my
uh,
questions, bro. I don't want to put too much out there. We want to leave some mystery for about the man in the van, innit? So
uh,
yeah, you got
look,
bodies in the back of the van with the revolver, have you? Because by four Justin's missing. No one's seen him.
he's in Jalandhar, man. I was actually in
You
India a
sure he's in
few.
Jalandhar? Or he's
You know
not
what?
buried somewhere in
Uh,
Gravesend, is he? In
you know,
Gravesend, right?
yeah, yeah, he's got the biggest one there now.
Cool.
I was just
Let's talk
wondering
about.
where the other. Okay,
Yeah.
Vicky Cash, man. One question I do have though: how can you be 100% sure there is a God? I give you the answer right now. It seems like something made up to help us cope with the tears of life and death. The question is, right, how do you know there is a God? Because no one's ever seen him, right? And we're saying him, it might not be a him, right? It might be a thing, it might be the universe,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So someone said to me, have you've never seen God, how do you know he exists? And I said to them, have you seen oxygen?
Hmm, hmm. Or
You
radio
answer it.
waves, or radio
No,
signals. No, I
have
haven't seen
you?
oxygen.
Yeah,
No, I haven't seen oxygen.
but you believe it's there. You know it's there, right?
Hmm.
You're 100% sure that oxygen is there
Yeah, it's there, bro.
because because you know that you're breathing with it, right?
Hmm.
So I'm saying to you guys in the same sense, I know 100% that Rab is there.
Yeah, it's
If
faith in it.
because you understand oxygen, I understand, spirituality. You
No, a
haven't
lot of
not
atheism is increasing, isn't
yeah.
it?
So Ricky Cash, if you know that oxygen is there, you haven't seen oxygen, but you know it's there. In the same sense, I know Rab is there.
Hmm.
And to reach that, you have to persevere a little bit. You have to wake up. I've been doing this for 10 years and good way to putting it, bro. Thanks. Okay, yeah. So I know it's there because I survived 3 months in one of the Britain's hardest jails. I could only have survived that with a rub on my side. I could,
Belmarsh,
right?
Belmarsh, bro. Everyone was terrified in my area to go Belmarsh, man. Terrified. We do Pentonville, we'll do Woodham Scrubs or all these. I went Pentonville in it,
They
and
they treat you they treat you like doesn't matter who you are,
yeah,
whether you're on remand. I wasn't convicted.
convicted.
I was on remand, right?
Or how long did you? 9 months, or how many months
No,
did you do?
uh, 3 months felt like 9 months.
But I probably felt like 50 years,
Yeah,
right?
it felt bad. It felt bad, and they treat you all the same. You are vermin.
No, 100%, man. Yeah,
They don't say, "Oh, that's someone. He's only been here first time. He hasn't done anything wrong." They don't say
yeah,
that. They will F you up, mate, in there, and that's not the bloody prisoners, that's the guards.
yeah, yeah.
Not the prisoners that probably go on easy if you're okay if you don't disrupt anyone, they're all good with you. It's the bloody guards that make your life hell.
Yeah, it's a wake up call for you, though, isn't it? Like it changed your life, so it
Well,
worked out for better. At least you know. At least you can say you've been in prison and experienced it. Not many up and they will say be able to
well,
say that. Innit?
I started my Gurbani Sikhi journey there.
Yeah, yeah,
When I told, when they said to me, "Do you want to see your religious guy?" I said, "Yeah, might as well. I've got nothing else to do." They
yeah.
sent the Qazi.
Oh, the Muslim
Yeah,
person there,
and I was like,
cousin.
"No, no, no, no. I
But
don't want to. Not
you didn't
you."
have a beard and do you have a beard and turban them times
I
or what?
did, I did, I did. Had a very small turban, probably the same size as yours, and then
Yeah,
I was a trim sing basically.
bro. You said my turban's small. Mine's bigger than yours.
I don't know, man, but yeah, I had a small bag, and it was smaller than this one. This one, I thought this one's quite big.
That
Um,
keski.
yeah,
The color's fading. Do you want me to set up a donation page,
yeah. Nee, just get me some money for some rang, and I'll put it in a patilla and hot water, and I'll dunk the bug in there,
bro?
and the color will
Take,
come back.
take, take the revolver to Soho Road, innit?
Yeah.
Stick up a shot with the revolver. The infamous 5 4 just in revolver. Where's this revolver, bro? I want to see this revolver, bro.
ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਲਾਈਵ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਬਸ ਗਾਲਾਂ ਕਹਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦਾ ਨਾ I don't want to incriminate myself. So look, actually, I had another analogy to tell Vicky
Yeah,
Cash how to find God.
yeah.
So if you imagine a baby when it's hungry, it cries, right? So when it cries, its mum, it's Rab, right?
Hmm.
For a baby, the mother is the Rab. So when the baby cries, it knows if I make a noise, my Rab comes to me and gives me milk, right?
Mm.
So we're all babies in the eyes of Rabb anyway. So the only way you're gonna ever get a chance of meeting Rabb is to also sit there and call out, just like the baby does when it makes a noise and the Rabb comes and feeds them and gives them milk. If you sit there and you also call out, then sooner or later there's a guarantee, if you persevere, that you're going to have an experience and you're going to meet your creator as well. You're going to experience the creator. Sikhi is the only faith that says that you don't have to die to meet your creator. You can meet him now.
Yeah. You know, it's sad if people are doubting God, man. I mean, like different religions have different views and stuff, but if you don't believe in eternal power, then how are we created? How are we breathing? Where did we go and die? Where did we come from?
No,
You
look,
know,
you're
there's
breathing now, right? We're awake.
yeah,
We're awake,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So you're breathing for you, right?
yeah,
So who's breathing for you when you're asleep?
yeah. Who is me? What created me? How
Yeah,
the skin, body, where do I
yeah,
come from? Innit?
yeah,
Everyone's got different destiny,
yeah,
everyone's got different karma.
yeah,
Sikh is the truth, man. Like
yeah.
really, I read the Barney and everything, and it just boom hits you.
Well,
It's truth,
when we
truth bombs,
say,
truth bombs, truth
yeah,
bombs.
when
It's mind
we
blowing
say,
stuff, man. You can't doubt it. You can't. You gotta get. If you can't read Barney, you gotta just close your eyes, do Simran. You will feel something.
yeah.
It doesn't matter. You will feel something. You know what I mean?
Well, if you go on YouTube, there's people there teaching you how to meditate on your breathing. You don't even need to say a mantra. You
Mm,
can just sit there. If you sit up, right, close your eyes,
mm,
long breaths, do it. You're
mm,
going to feel a difference straight away. You're going to feel a difference. But what Maharaj is saying, he's giving us a mantra on top of it.
mm.
And got, what's it? And got,
No. I was getting sand therapies because she has good analogy on God. You know that Vicky Cash asked them questions. She would have given a good reply, but she's eating and she's got PJs and that. But I'll get her on next time. I'll probably do a private podcast. I want your sound therapist to come on yours as well.
okay, brilliant. Is this the person who you
Yeah,
already spoke to me about?
yeah. Same
No,
person. So yeah, but I was
no
gonna
worries,
get her to
man.
jump on that. I was gonna get her to jump on now to talk about God because she's really good at these sort of debates and stuff. She has them all the time with people, and she's fantastic. But you handled it like a don anyway. But I thought if we need backup, some reinforcements. I was trying to add her, man. But yeah, I'm happy, bro. I've answered my questions. If anyone's got any questions for
We've
Gupcast,
been an hour and 22 minutes now.
oh
I don't
wow,
know where
no,
that time went.
I don't have time limit. I don't have a time limit. You lot have an hour time limit. Dog, I was on with Suki Call for 3.5 hours, bro.
Oh my God. You
Yeah,
gotta
three and a half
worry that
hours.
sometimes Instagram, you
Yeah.
can lose the live.
Oh,
You
you
can
can't.
lose it.
We didn't lose the last, bro. Someone tried to hack our shit, man. Haters, man, jealous. Yeah, it didn't work. Good Kirpa, man. I'm gonna have to go when I come off. I'm gonna have to check and change stuff, man. But this never happened to me before, bro. So it's got to be one of your guys, your
What did
haters.
you want to discuss? Oh, well, we were just discussing Gupcast.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about why I invited her.
I will what? Just I'll
Yeah, so
type it.
sound
Okay.
therapist. Yeah, a person wanting to know that how do you know there's a God? So Aman Singh said to them, "Oh, how do you know there's oxygen? Do you get me? We know there's oxygen. We know it exists, but you can't see it." The person just said he doesn't know if there's a God. That's also I was gonna get you on to discuss that. I have to start following you anyway. You probably won't be able to come on my lives. You have to follow each other anyway.
Yeah, you know it's there, but you know you believe in that, but you haven't seen it, but you know it's there.
Yeah.
In the same sense, there's people like us who or me who know that grub is there in the same sense.
Oh, bro, there's definitely a God, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Barney just says um, that if you don't believe in God, the mother should be barren and the mother shouldn't give birth to you. Obviously, it's metaphorically, and obviously, metaphorically, if you don't believe in God, cut your throat. Obviously, God is not telling you to really cut your throat. But he's saying that, bro, how can you not believe in God? There's so many strong shabbads about people that don't believe in God, innit? Whole of Guru Granth Sahib is about worshipping God, praising God, and people say, "Oh,
Ultimate truth.
God's got ego. Why does He want you to worship Him? You are technically God anyway because your soul is God. It's just dampened. The game is to get back to God. You know what I mean?
It, it's
We
it's don't we worship and respect our parents? On our parents are our Rabb in physical form, because we just gave the analogy of the baby that can't do anything without its mother. Its mother, its Rabb, until it can grow and start doing things for itself, right? So we're told to almost Kendaya, Jedi Mahandia or Dusa Rabunda, right? So would that not be ego as well? Are we saying that our mothers are egotistical because their analogy is that ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪੈਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਰੱਬ ਆ?
Yeah, God can't be ego because everything's God. We are God. Our ego makes us think that that we are something powerful, not because the game is God. Just say God was the river, and the raindrops are us, and we've got to merge back in the raindrops. But God was the river. He sent them raindrops far away, and the game is to make it back and merge back in the river. But we don't merge back. Waheguru is inside us. We don't need to find him. Keep our souls clean. Yeah, Barney, Seva, Simran, Nitnem, Amritwela. That's it. Yeah, sound therapies. Yeah, spirit is God inside and soul. Yeah, 100%. Some good comments.
Yeah.
Sound therapy. Someone tried to hack the show, man. Twice tried to hack the show,
So
man. Hack this thing.
what message did you get when that happened?
It just said someone's tried to log into your DLs. Is it used very
Oh,
suspicious activity?
yeah, you
Stop
just
it.
say that it's not you.
Yeah, I've said that, and they said you've
Did
got to
it
reset the
give a
password.
location? Did it give it gives you a location where they're trying to
I'm
log
gonna
in from?
check now. When I'm after, I'm gonna check everything, bro. It's gonna be one of your guys, I think, man.
It's
It's
like
never
Vicky
happened
Cash,
before.
isn't it?
Uh,
It happened while Vicky Cash was on.
yeah. Yeah. No. Try to hack us twice. If you watch this live back, you'll see it. It just vanished, and I'm getting all this suspicious activity. It's got to be Aman's guys, man, because I've never had this
Yeah.
before. I know I'm hated, but I ain't that hated. Now,
All
I
right.
reckon, man, it's good having you on, bruv, man. I don't want to make it too long because there's a lot of information in this podcast.
Yeah.
I don't want people to switch off, but I'm gonna leave it on my page so people can watch it, man. Thanks for coming. Nah, thanks for coming on, man.
No worries, man. Appreciate it. It's nice to be called onto someone else's
Nah,
instead
bro.
of me.
But obviously, I'm not doing. I ain't got the skills that you got. I'm not a proper BBC anchor, man. But everybody doesn't know about Gupcast. Adam, they do good shows, man. Monday and Thursday, but they might be short staffed, so they might be going back to once a week or something. I don't know. Just
I
type
think
it
we'll
in.
be
Is
short
that still
staffed.
once a
Yeah. I just
Yeah,
hope
yeah.
those people got the message. Get on with your lives. Be happy. Yeah.
No. Take care. Respect
No
people.
worries, Brad.
Keep listening.
Bye.
Try to say a word.